Hello and welcome back to a bit of a vlog. I'll class this as a daily vlog, but like I've mentioned here, for the next 2 weeks, that'll probably not be that was part of last week, this week, and more or less part of next week. So I'm away in the caravan at the end of the week anyway. But like I mentioned, I'll add little bits in. Excuse the mess I'm in. To do little short vlogs of whatever I get coming in. So I had a mirror in this morning to fit to a Fiesta, and I got here at 8:30, and I thought I'll just ring up and check to see if the mirror is on its way, that there's been no cock-ups. Oh, you've missed the delivery. We're here at 8 o'clock. I said, when does a main dealer deliver at 8 o'clock? So that cocked me day up. I had the job booked in. The woman come with a car and went, oh, I need it back by 1 o'clock. I'm like, well, the mirror's not even going to be here till 2. It's nearly 2 now, so I'm still waiting around for it. But I'll do that on a separate vlog. How we've saved some money doing that job. I'll focus with what's in. So this is my own car, but like I've mentioned, I can only take on work that comes in. We've worked very hard the last few weeks to get to this point. I'm just simply taking on jobs that come in. So obviously I've been on with my Jeep. All this fluid around the floor. What I've been doing with it is putting in what you call cavity wax. You inject this into the internals of your chassis rails. It goes onto a sprayer, and these sprayers spray out at all different angles. They're basically like, it's like what you use to put down the drains. They like kind of spray at all angles. I'm not even going to spray it but basically it sprays like 360 degrees round. So when you spray it, it creates like a circle of spray. So when you pull it back, so naturally you thread these down into the chassis rails, into your sills, into your inner panels, as so, and you can see where I've put them in. You put it into there, you put it into there, you put it in all these chassis rails and holes, and you spray it, and it covers the whole inside. You can see where it's just all been spilling out underneath where I've been putting it in. Down there, as you can see, pools of it on the floor where it just drips out. I've done all the bottom of the doors, all the bottom of the sills, just so it fills up all these cavity areas. Because remember, all your rust always rusts from the inside out. I've done these front cross members, as you can see, a few little drips on there. Done this one. I've got to do around the back. I'm going to do inside these arms, inside of here, the rear of the chassis, up there into them. So that's just what I'm basically doing. It's not a great deal. This stuff, I highly recommend it. You can clag as much of the black stuff on as you like this stuff. Yeah, we already know this is in good nick to start with. You can clag as much of that as you like on, but it's the inside. It's the inside of these cavities that aren't protected at all. And water gets in and it sits inside and it rots out. So this is the most important stuff you want to be using. I think it's about 25 quid posted for 3. And you get the little units of it. Very good. I really highly recommend that. So I'm just going to finish off doing the bottoms of the doors at the other side. And like I've mentioned, the reason why it's stopping in here is it takes about a day or so for it to harden up to stop all this dripping out onto me drive. Now, this is a strange one. I seen this S80 D5. It's an early one. I actually seen this for sale a couple of weeks ago because I was looking at a V70. And I seen this and I thought, that looks lovely. Early D5, nice spec. But the only thing was, low mileage as well, only 90-something thousand. 100, where it did have 90 on. Nice spec, heated seats, all the rest of it. Probably an SE spec. But I did notice on the photographs, had the auction sticker on the mirror, and I had writing down there. And I was thinking, somebody's just bought this in auction with problems and decided to move it on. Which is sure enough what happened. So anyways, this guy, I forgot his name. I don't know how this has worked out. He bought that car. He's seen it. He somehow seen my channel relating to a Volvo S80. And this guy is from Tunisia. Really nice fella. He's come in with me and him have had a chat. And somehow even he's amazed that he's found it. So anyways, he typed in some kind of a Volvo specialist S80 kind of thing. Naturally, we know my S80, and I've had other Volvos on the channel. And he had typed that in, and he was like, I recognise this, and I recognise that. It's like, it can't be. It's like, it can't be. he drives past every day to go to work, past my garage, and he was like, I know this bit here, and I know that bit there. And then he messaged us on YouTube, and I said, like, he said, are you in, like, Bedlington area? I was like, yeah. He's like, oh, this, that, and that. I said, look, I says, don't give any of your private details, your name, or nothing like that on YouTube, because it's all, what's the word, public. I says, find us on Facebook, my channel, and I said, send us a message, and we'll go from there. So he sent us this message anyway, and we got talking, and we were amazed, like, how he randomly bought an S80, randomly found me on YouTube, yet when he did find us on YouTube, he didn't know I was local. I could have been down in London, and yet I was right on his doorstep. You couldn't have made that one up. Yet it's a car that I was looking at as well. So, anyways, back to the car. Some cowboy being on with it, of course. So, it's pluming out black smoke. Pluming it out. Big style. Obviously, you can see it's all coming out the exhaust here. And straight away I opened the bonnet, and it was just puffing out smoke every time he revved it up. And you can see all back here, I'll get the light on. All down the back of there is black diesel soot. All over the turbo and everything. Filthy. And I had a quick look and I went, I says, look mate, I said, somebody's been faffing with this. They've had the turbo off. They haven't done it right. But here what it is, well, that's two faults. I've fixed something, but I found something else wrong. So, down there, I don't know if you can see that. Let's try and get the light in. And you see that EGR valve? The bottom bolt on it was in. But the second one, the top one, with the nut bolt on it, I've had to put in because some idiot had fitted a new EGR valve and rounded off the threads, because basically you just put it into the threads into the EGR valve. So they'd rounded it off and just thought, oh well, who cares? Just left one in, left the other one totally disconnected, so you can see where it's been spewing all of the high pressure exhaust gases out. So naturally it's been threaded, it's been rounded off, so I've just put a nut and bolt in, and it's done the job perfect. So now that is sealed perfectly, and it's stopped all of this fumes coming up from down there as best as I can, because God knows if they've used a gasket. And I wasn't going to go taking this off because they're a right pig to get back on. So I've tightened it up nice and tight, and it's, I would say, 90% stopped all of that coming out. But it's still got a bit of a whooshing noise, a boost leak, and a small amount of smoke, but nowhere near, like, there's none of the, there was actually smoke, like, coming out of here when you were revving it. But what it is, which I knew, and you see all the oil down there on that pipe, and underneath the pipe, basically it's got a burst intercooler. It's a very, very common fault on these. The bottom of the intercooler, which sits, you've got your aircon condenser, your intercooler, and then your radiator. You physically can't see it, but when it's up on the lift, if you look underneath that radiator fan, the bottom bellows of it just blow up. You can't actually, wait, that's it there. See how there's oil on top of it? See the oil sitting on top there? So that's at fault, so he needs to get the intercooler sorted. Very, very common on all of the S80, the S60, the V70 with the D5 engine. The intercooler's basically burst, the blow up. So that fixed that fault. Now he just needs the intercooler sorted out, and it'll be a good runner. So there we go. I just thought I would add a quick video in. We've fixed this now. We'll give it a quick start up. That's running absolutely sweet now. No fumes coming from out of there. We're nowhere near as bad as it was. We'll give it a rev and I'll show you there's no more smoke coming out. If you have a look there. Yeah, so that was the delivery that just come there. Now when you give it a rev up, it's nowhere near as bad for the black smoke. The engine is warm, by the way, before anybody comments. And there's no smoke whatsoever coming out of there. So happy days, easy enough fix. The intercooler is something that he'll know to get sorted. That's something that he knows that needs done. But to be quite honest, if it's not pluming out the smoke too much, it's something he can do at a later date. So happy days, got to put the engine cover on, give it a test drive. And this is the mirror for the Fiesta that come, genuine Ford one. But we'll save that for tomorrow and I'll explain what's going on with that. So yeah, just short ones, nothing much. Just shows you my channel must be going all over the place. If a random guy can buy a car, type in a fault because it's got a fault and my channel's coming up. Happy days, happy days. So yeah, there we go. Jeep underway. don't really want to show too much of the Jeep because I've got stuff to put through for that. But a few of you are asking, I am going to be doing a line of Jeep videos, and some of them are going back about a month. So just remember that I need to get the videos out there. I've never had time to upload them. So yeah, you might think, oh, Dan's already said he's done the automatic gearbox on this one, or he's done that. Yeah, I know some things won't line up properly, but I just thought I've got recorded content. I could just press the delete button, but I spent time recording these videos. I've never got time to upload them. So I thought I might as well put it on there for you guys to watch. What's the point in doing them and deleting them? So yeah, there we go. Please, if you enjoy this, hit the like. I might even put this on later on in the week, because I want to get a few of my Jeep videos through. And I'll tell you what I'll do. We'll not end it now. I haven't got time to keep adding them on every day, because it's only going to be short bits. I'll leave this here. Tomorrow when the Fiesta's, I've got a Fiesta in tomorrow to do a door mirror. I've got a Mocha in to do a basic service at MOT and tyres. And then the next day, I've got some diagnostic work on VAGCOM to do some programming on a A3, if anything can be done on it, I don't know. And other bits and bobs here and there. I'll leave this here. I'll add the Fiesta in, the Mocha in, and what I'll do is at the end of the week on Friday, it'll probably be a longer one, half an hour, 45 minutes, but it'll be snippets of all little bits through the week. I think that's going to be a better idea than wasting my time. So we'll leave this here. Next time you see us, it'll be the next day with the Fiesta in. Thanks. Hello and welcome back to Wednesday's vlog. But like I said, I'm going to be running these short little clips all into one to maybe put on over the weekend, Friday or something like that. For this week, I've already got a lot of Jeep content lined up. I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself to what I said yesterday. So there'll be 3 videos dating back from quite early on when I got the Jeep up to current date to right now as we stand. So I'm going to be uploading that this week. Because I sat on the weekend and uploaded everything ready just so I can just hit the button, make them go live, and they're done. So what I've got in today, I've just had a Audi in to do a quick diagnostic check. I've got 2 or 3 other jobs coming in this afternoon, but the stuff I can't really film because most of the customers are going to be waiting for the cars, so I can't really do that while they're standing around. But this one, what we've got in, is a Vauxhall Mocha. This is in for a service and an MOT, so I've already done the pre-checks on it, lights, wipers, this, that and the other. The wipers are not, they look perfectly fine, but they're getting really dated and the blades have gone hard and it's just smearing all over the screen. They're not clearing properly. Now, that's a funny subject on MOT. Now, you see, this wiper blade could be hanging off, literally hanging off completely. But as long as it's still clearing the windscreen effectively for the driver's view, you can't fail them. Yet, these are perfectly fine and they're not coming off. But when you set them away, I can't do it because I've got parts of the engine off. The smear. So it's just for safety, really. Like, if I put it down to a personal level, if I spray them and I feel I can't even see out the windscreen properly sitting in the garage here, I wouldn't want to be doing 70 mile an hour in torrential rain on a motorway. So they're getting done. They're on their way. Proper direct fit Valio ones. Quite expensive new wipers. They're silly money. I've done the air filter. That wasn't done for the last 2 years. We're doing the oil and filter. I just want to run something through on these oil filters down there. And obviously, I've drained the oil. I've had it up on the lift. I'm just putting the oil filter back in now. Now, I want to go through something. The reason why I've got 2 filters here, a Bosch and a UFI. Now, if you look at this filter, it's just your standard push-in type. Then if you look at this filter, it's got your spring on it. Little spring there. This one's covered in oil. I'll show you, but that's the old one that's come out, as you see, with the spring. Now, I know about these, but every time I ring the parts companies up, they will insist on sending only that one, and I'll say, send the UFI one as well. Well, why do you need that? They say, it's not listed for the car. Yes, it is. So if you ever deal with any of these 14 and 1600 turbocharged engines, just make sure you do not go removing a one with a spring like that on and putting a one like that in, because that will fit, but you'll cause bother. And the only other way I find as well, if you look on the inside of it, they're brown. That actually isn't oil. They're a brown colour, and I always tend to find the ones with the brown tinge to them are the UFI ones. And obviously, I'll put it clear, have a look on them, and if they say UFI on the cows in there, and the UFI filter. Again, exactly what Vauxhall use, exactly the same company who make those. So just something to watch out for on these Vauxhall engines. To be quite honest, if we are watching out for something on these Vauxhall engines, just don't buy them. Just don't buy one. Especially do not buy the 1.6 diesel. They are horrendous. They've got the timing chain at this side of the engine, which runs down inside the gearbox. Terrible. And these are pretty much made of chocolate anyways. They're not very good. So personally, avoid. So yeah, I've checked. I'm going to stick this up on the ramp now, give it a check over. A little bit of perishing to one of the back tyres, but it's certainly nothing major. These are just things that's caught my eye as I've walked around it. I'll quickly show you. It's nothing major. Just where it's been obviously up against curbs and stuff, little cracks, but that's perfectly fine for an MOT. We're just going to advise that. Just that it's perished. Got the date stamp on 2017, and I think this is a 17 plate car, so they've been on original, but you'll get another year out of them. They're perfectly fine. Front tyres were new last year. I'm just going to stick it up, do a pre-MOT, check all the kind of usual stuff, brake, suspension, blah blah blah. Everything else has been done with the bonnet, the antifreeze, screen wash. I've done the air filter. I'm just about to pop the oil filter in, top the oil up, start it up, get it up on the lift, get it MOT'd, job done. Like I've said, I'm just holding the fort. I'm answering the phone. Any jobs that come in off the bat, like that Volvo yesterday, I deal with them, get them done, as well as taking bookings, ordering parts. That's all I can do, really. But the problem is I can't have too much booked in, because like when I go out with this car to do the MOT, I'm going to be away from the garage for an hour. Now, I find it difficult to be able to have cars that just get dropped in on us, because when I've got to go out to do, say, an MOT, a test drive, I miss me deliveries. Like now, I've had to delay this MOT. They originally said 11 o'clock. I've had to push it till 1 because I'm waiting for the wipers. It would pass a borderline advisory, but I want it right before I take it. It's as simple as that, because if you get a walk-in inspection, I like everything to be right. So yeah, I'm kind of stuck with deliveries. I've been through the mirror for the Ford, the Fiesta. That was meant to be in. I've got that on there. I'll go through that when it's in. That was supposed to be in yesterday, but they decided to deliver the part at 8 o'clock in the morning. Of course I wasn't here. So that cocked that up. So yeah, I'm just holding the fort, taking on work that needs done. It's ideal for me because I've got a little bit of free time, which you'll see me video up by. The two first Jeep videos were from a while ago, but I have been able to get on and do a few little bits and bobs around it. Oh, actually, no, hold on. You've seen the video yesterday with the cavity wax. So yeah, I have been shown what I've been doing to it. So, sitting, looking absolutely great. Really, really does look good, this thing. Don't know what to do next with it. Really, there's a few things on my list. What do you think? Let us know. Team Hecko wind deflectors. Do I think we should get some of them? The ones on the back as well, and the front. Like I've already mentioned, I'm waiting to get back to the people for doing the sign writing on it. Some Cardiff Garage North East on the windows there. I've decided I'm definitely not selling this Jeep. Because it's just going to be great, especially if I get it marked up. Not too over the top, but just enough just so it can be seen. I'm going to keep it absolutely perfect for the winter. Perfect for a bit of off-roading, bit of fun I do on my country weekends when we go out in the country. And at the same time, it runs about absolutely lovely at 70 mile an hour. It's not like a Land Rover where you're getting rattled about in them. It's got all the luxuries, the aircon, heated seats, cruise control. Really, it's... I think I will take this to the safari because I've just realised there's a car-friendly route. So naturally, that's the route I'm going to take. I shall stand back and watch everybody else get their cars ripped to bits. So yeah, that probably will do the job for going to the safari. You might be a bit thirsty on petrol compared to a diesel, but hey-ho, you only live once, don't you? So we'll leave that today. I'll be back with whatever's in tomorrow in the mirror for the Fiesta on Friday, and I'll just put them all into one and upload at some point on the weekend. So I'll catch you next time I have anything worth filming. Hello, and I'm adding this bit into the vlog. It's still Wednesday. Obviously that mock-up was done last minute on that. I just thought I'd update you. I caught one of the back pads on the front. Was not looking as good. You can hardly see them, so I took the wheel off and they were really low. So rush last minute. Had to get a set of pads for it, stick them in, ready for MOT. It wouldn't have failed the MOT because it wasn't below 1.5 mil. But the car, the woman's doing a lot more miles in it than she used to, so I just wanted it done. So now that's the car away. I've just parked it up back to work because she's away on holiday, and I just wanted to add this bit in just to see if anybody even watches these through. So I'll put this in to let you know. So a couple of people asked, you'll all know by now because I've already put the video on of the van, the Vivaro, the 9-seater, like the minibus thing. I had a bit of think about it. I did a video and I've decided to delete it. I couldn't be bothered to post it. It was going to be too much faff. But basically what the video was saying is what do you think I should do? Keep the Jeep or keep the Vivaro? One or the other has to go. I can't get rid of the Mercedes because this still hasn't got a tow bar on and it's still not quite big enough, even though it can tow 3.5 ton. I personally think the Mercedes is a much better vehicle for towing. It's got bigger brakes and everything. It's just a much bigger, heavier car. But like I've mentioned, I've done everything to this now. It's got all the wheels redone. I'm just busy doing putting some leather care onto the seats. And actually, I did one last night and it's brought it up really nice, actually. These seats are lovely. I'm just going to finish off doing the other few seats now with this, it's like a special kind of, like a leather conditioner. I'll just quickly show you, because people ask quite a lot of what I use and stuff, and that's it there. Simon gives it, the lad who helps us out at the garage, he just gives it. It's really good stuff. But yeah, keep the Jeep or keep the Vivaro. Few issues there. Number one, the Vivaro is quite basic, the van. This has got ice cold air conditioning. I don't think it probably works on the van. Cruise control, the van hasn't got cruise control. Electric windows, the van hasn't got electric windows. Heated seats, leather seats, etc., all that stuff, the van hasn't got none of that. Clearly, it's four-wheel drive, so in the winter, it's very handy. It can tow a lot more than the van. The van can only tow 2 ton, this can tow 3.5 ton. Basically, this can tow what the van weighs more than the van can tow. So this can tow that whole van plus the extra 2 ton to what the van can tow. So anyways, that's that. And I just don't know if mainly the running fault. So I'll swing it round. Instead of talking with my hands, I just want to show you the car. I've come to the decision with the van. We know it's either going to be an injector. If it isn't, number one, it could be an electrical fault. I've had a quick look round, can't see nothing of the obvious. Number two, it could be an injector off. Or number three, I think it's a valve. It could be. It definitely isn't the piston rings, because it runs all day long, no smoke, doesn't overheat, doesn't blow fluids, any kind of fluids out. Yeah, you take the oil cap off when it's running. It hasn't got excessive crankcase pressure. So maybe it's a valve at the worst case. If not, it's an injector at the better case. If not, it's just like a wiring fault or something. But apart from that, it drives sweet. But I'm going to just be honest, I can't be bothered with the hassle. I took it on as a project. I was going to get it running right. But with the layout of my garage, this is the main heavy-duty lift that gets used for everything. This is my main working area here. This is my secondary lift, which in fairness, you've seen that Jeep on it. It's still used for bigger vehicles. So there, and naturally that's the only area to work without a lift. But naturally, when you've got a dead vehicle there, you can't use the lift. Or when you put a dead vehicle on this lift, you lose a lift. Naturally, you wouldn't dare put a dead vehicle on this lift because it shuts your whole garage down because you're limited to the old lift. So the problem is that's a long wheelbase Vivaro. It'll only go on this lift. And I don't have time to do an engine swap or whatever in a day in this garage. It won't be done on a weekend because I haven't got any support. I believe it or not, my dad wouldn't probably want to be stuck in here on a weekend messing about with an engine. None of my pals are really that in line with mechanicals. People who would help us are working, and I most certainly would not expect them to take time off to help me. So I've worked it out. If it's an electrical fault, I can do so much. If it's something specialist, auto electricians, out of my hands, money I've got to spend. Second thing, if it's the injectors, again, specialist jobs to test injectors, to remove injectors, you need specialist tools. And on these M9R engines, they don't just unbolt out like the ones I deal with. You need special pullers. I don't have a special hydraulic puller, which costs like 5-6 grand because the proper machinery that you've got to use. Then the testing, there's 200-300 quid. And then if it's the engine, like I've said, I can do all that, but I haven't got the space. And I think it would mount up and up and up, and I would sooner give somebody the vehicle to take on as a project, like I have, who just up front wants to spend a bit of money and get it on the road. But I've drove all over in it, and it drives all right. It drives fine. So it's the only thing is it drives nice and all the rest of it, but I would have to get rid of that, and I ain't getting rid of it. I don't want to get rid of it. What I'm soon I'd do is pass it on to a good home. Keep the Jeep. I need to keep the ML for tone, and just get myself a cheap project on the side. Just another one like the CLK or the other ones you've seen us have recently. I think you'd enjoy that a bit better, because the only thing is, I think if I got the Vivaro and started doing an engine out job, I think a lot of you would get really bored of watching us struggling on underneath the vehicle. You have to time lapse all of it. You can't record that kind of stuff, and I think it would just be really boring content to film. So anyways, on that line, it's sold. One of my customers has bought it. That customer has actually bought a Mondeo Gear X off me, what I used to have before I did this channel, which he's had for many years. He was the one who used to own the silver Mondeo, which I said my neighbour scrapped or sold a few weeks ago. He owned that Mondeo for years, and he's got an old-fashioned T2 camper van, an old K-Reg one imported from California, and he just wanted something like a camper van, but a more usable one. If anybody knows a vintage VW camper, they're beautiful to look at, but they're a pig to drive, and they're not very enjoyable to drive long distances. So he wanted something exactly like this, where you can have the 6 seats in it, remove the back 2, and get bunk beds and stuff, and convert the back of it into some kind of a day van camper, which I'm over the moon. And I've been totally open and honest with the guy. So, like I said, electrical. If not electrical, it's an injector, 200 or 300 quid. If not, it's a valve or possibly a new engine. And he totally understands that. And I personally feel better, hand on my heart, to be honest with somebody to sell a vehicle. Unlike these people where they say, for example, the van's got a knackered engine, and they go, no, it's just a sensor, just £20 and it's fixed. And you're like, well, why don't you not spend £20 and fix it then? So yeah, it's sold. So people are asking, how are you getting on with it, what you're doing with it? The answer is, it's sold, and tonight, Wednesday night, I'm actually dropping it off on to him. So unfortunately, you won't see any more of the van, but he's one of my customers, so when he decides to get the work done and stuff, he'll be bringing it to me. I've told him for the injectors, it has to go to a specialist, and if it needs the engine, again, to a specialist. That specialist is somebody with more space than what I've got. But for once it's up and running and back on the road again, it'll be coming in here. You'll be seeing it on the daily vlogs. It'll be coming in here for all its repair work, MOT, servicing, blah, 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 all that. So I just thought I would let you know, an update, and I'll be back with you tomorrow or Friday when I get anything interesting in, and it'll just be one long video at the end of the week for what I've done. So I'll catch you then. Hello and welcome back to a quick update. Like I've mentioned, I've got this Audi A3 S-Line in, which I'm going to do a bit of coding, adaptation work. Well, I've already done it. And also it's in for 4 tyres. I kind of get out the seat here because I'm trapped in with a laptop on my knee. But I just want to show you what I've been doing for the guy. You can do a few little neat adaptations on these. I've only just done some basic ones on this because he doesn't want nothing too far drastic done. So I've been in through the coding, and what I've done is I've activated, so when you turn the ignition on, the needle sweep, if you notice that there, so you switch the ignition on, you obviously have to have it off for a little bit and back on. There you go, needle sweep. Also, I've activated the oil temperature. I need to start it up to be able to go into there, so it takes a couple of seconds to show that. There you go. So now it's got the oil temperature display on it, which it didn't have before. So now you can keep an eye on your oil temperature. I've also, within these settings, activated the lap timer. Not that you'll be doing lap timers, but I think it's just a nice little feature to have. It obviously shows you your oil temperature as well up there, and that was a function that was hidden. And I've done a few other ones, like an acceleration test that thing and everything on it. Done that. And what I was wanting to do is do a few other bits, but I've kind of run out of time a little bit with it. So I just thought I would show you what we do. I'll briefly go into here, into the Central Electrics. This is proper VCDS system that I've got here. Wasn't cheap actually. And you go through, and it's all just very much codes and stuff like that into the once it loads itself up. So you've got like your adaptions. I'm trying to see what I'm doing here. It's hard work trying to see. I've just knocked it back 2 stages. Anyways, you go in and it's quite simple what you do. Right, if you know what you're doing. I've done this enough times now. I did it with my Seat and everything. I activate the digital dash on it and everything. The digital speedo readout. But I'll just quickly show you on here the coding. Obviously that's the code of the car currently. And obviously you go in and alter that code via the long coding helper, which is here. So I'm not going to go too far into depth with it, but you get the idea. I'm just trying to get out of this system now. Off with that. Turn the engine off. See, like they say, the oil temperature's nicely displaying there, 70 degrees. And as mentioned, switch the ignition on, you get the nice needle sweep. So yeah, I'm just going to put this laptop to one side and we'll jump out. In fact, I'll just pause it because I don't want to smash the laptop. Yeah, so that's that. Like I said, it's got all brand new tyres on. The guy wanted the 4 tyres done, so I had that done this morning at Stake 4 tyres. Like I say, I've just been on doing the programming with the full diagnostic dealer equipment, that is. One of my better investments that I've made for diagnostic equipment. So I just thought I'd show you that. I've had a few jobs in this morning, a couple more this afternoon. I just thought you would like to see a bit of coding and stuff, what's involved doing that. You can do everything with that, from activating how long, like how many sprays the headlamp washers do down here. I don't know if you can see that. How many times they spray, or how long they spray for, or how long your lights stay on for, the alarm beeping when you lock and unlock. You can turn off the seatbelt beeper. Not that I recommend not wearing a seatbelt, but things like that. You can do all sorts with it, absolutely all sorts, like what you've seen. So yeah, quick video into here. I'll be back tomorrow when we're doing the mirror on the Fiesta, and I'll do the same next week. It's just going to it'll probably end up being nearly an hour-long video, but I just thought I'd show you little snippets of every day. So I'll catch you next time. Right, and welcome back to the final part of this week's vlog. Sorry if it's all like cut up into different sections. It's the only way I could make it, and it's probably going to drag out quite a long time, so I'm not going to try to make this one too long. So this is my final job that I really want to record, which I can record where I'm in peace with not people standing over us or got cars up on lifts. This Fiesta, there's a few good stories behind this one, so I'll go through them. First up, here it is, just a regular Fiesta. And as you can see, it's just been in the wars. The door mirror is nothing left of it, unfortunately. The mirror's gone. The little indicator which sits here is gone. Believe it or not, the frame is still there, but the piece that goes around here is broken, which you can't do nothing with because you need that piece, because that's what holds in all of this. So all that bit there is missing. So we priced this up from Ford, and I was a little bit disappointed because the whole mirror itself was about £150 for a genuine Ford one. If you buy a cheap shit aftermarket one, what you find is they never fit properly. They're terrible. So I got the original Ford one, which was £150, which I thought was actually a very good price to say that it's not just the mirror, it's the indicator as well. So you get the indicator on it, obviously the new mirror glass, all the wiring. But what you don't get is this white piece here. And you'll be thinking, well, why is the white piece there? So if that whole mirror, as you can see, it's electric, heated, the whole system, indicator, was £150. How much do you think just this white cap is? £100. Probably more. £100 for that white piece. So I had to ring the customer and said, don't get us wrong, I can get an aftermarket mirror for somewhere around £80, but they come with a primed back. So then you've got to take that primed back piece to the paint shop, who'll probably charge you, I don't know, 30, 40 quid to spray it. Then they never fit properly because they're cheap. They crack when you try to fit them, when they're in situ. Nothing ever fits like the Ford ones. So I told the lady, I goes, believe it or not, I said, the Ford option is the cheapest option if we had the coloured cap. Since we don't, I says, aftermarket's going to be cheaper. But I said, I have to stress, I says, I don't have anything to do with the paint shops. I said, so you're going to have to go take the car away with a missing back cover. It's not going to look completely smashed like this, but it'll be the mirror without the painted cap on. And I said, it's just a faff. I says, because when you get it back when it's been painted, when I try to fit it, if any of the paint flakes off or cracks, and I said, they never fit right. And I said, and she goes, well, get the Ford one and then get the, I said, the aftermarket ones do not fit the Ford ones. The only ones that fit the Ford ones are the proper Ford ones. I said, so you've got only one option. Just go back where you've had the mirror hit and see if that white piece is lying about anywhere. And she was like, are you sure? Said, honestly, just go back, unless you know it's smashed to pieces. I said, judging it being on the passenger side, it might have gone onto the grass verge or something. So she went back, and guess what? Knock on it. Not a single... I should have shown you this before I fitted it. I've just popped it into place. Not a single scratch. Mark these scratches and marks on it, by the way, are just like fly splats on them. Not a single tab or clip broken or nothing. And obviously with it being a genuine Ford top cover, it's gone onto the genuine Ford mirror like new. Inch perfect. Like millimetre perfect. So happy days, just saved herself 100 quid there and getting away with getting a genuine Ford mirror for cheap. So happy days on that. What isn't so good is I'll just start off by this waste of space wire here, which I would love to ask car manufacturers why they don't just have the plug here, why they have it like this. And you'll be asking, well, what's the big deal, Dan? Well, this is the big deal. So there we go, I've got the mirror. That rubber grommet on the floor there, popped it off. And you'd think, yeah, lovely. There you go in there. 10 mil. Nut, take that off. Mirror comes off. Happy days. You don't have to go taking all the door card off. Ah, no. That would be too easy, wouldn't it? That stupid wire I've showed you comes to here. So you've got to go taking the whole door card off for no apparent reason whatsoever, just to get the wire to unplug. So you can get the mirror off and everything. So they make it specially so you can remove the mirror, but they don't make it so that you can get the plug from behind here. Which is beyond me. Absolutely beyond me. Why you need to go tearing door cards off when they could have just made the plug inside of here where you unplug it. But hey ho. So anyways, we're on doing that. I've removed this behind here, which is just this little cover. We're very fine screwdriver, which you need to be very careful with, and remove the Torx, which I put there. Now we need to use a special trim removal tool to remove this piece. So you need a couple of proper tools for this. First of all, you need a trim removal tool to get this piece, this section off here, to undo a bolt, a Torx. There's this one here. And this, there is nothing other than giving it a good pull, which I hate doing. But what I have got is a special trim removal tool, which is like a set of pliers, and it opens them up. So you put them underneath, and you open them, and it pulls it apart. Now, with this, I think I might be able to get away without taking it off too far. I've just got it pulled ever so slightly, and you can see the plug here. I've managed to get that out from just in here. And that's it, just goes through that door, that little grommet. And the plug's just behind there, which leads up there, which you can see on the new mirror. It comes with the new grommet to go through. Now, I think it's going to be quite difficult to get this one back through, to thread it through without taking the door card off. But if I can avoid it, I am, because these things are very brittle. You can damage them very easily. I've took this. This is the other dodgy bit, which I'm not going to record. I've took it out 13 mil. But if you drop it, it goes down to the door and you're effed, basically, in a whole world of pain. So I need to concentrate when I do that. So now the mirror is loose. It'll just pull off. The plug will go through. We'll give it a try. Obviously, it's a bit difficult with one hand, and I'm not quite looking forward to fitting the whole mirror with only one hand as well. So that's it out. And as you can see, that's the wire down there, pulling through. Now I'm obviously going to have to put the phone down here, part the door card. And this is all the joys of working on your own. With an extra pair of hands here, it would be ideal, which obviously we haven't got. And there we go, it's threaded through. It should just pull out now. There, mirror off. Now the hard bit's going to be getting that back through there into place. So there's the old one off. Now we'll try and have a bit struggle on. I am going to cut out on the video here because I need to concentrate. It's a new mirror, 150 quid's worth, and it's easily, like I've mentioned, dropping the nut and bolts down to the door and threading this through. It's not going to be easy, especially just even to the point of keeping the mirror in place on the door while I'm struggling on trying to secure it from the inside and hold it from the outside. It's an extra pair of hands, comes in really handy, but hey ho, they are the joys of working on your own. So I'll come back to you when I've got some of this back in place. Right, I'm not going to lie, that was a total headache. As per any job, you quote a small amount of time for and they don't end off being. So the whole door card has had to obviously come off because when it goes down there, you've got to feed it through this tiny little hole, which you can only get your finger through. You can't even get pliers in or nothing. Or it's take the next secondary lot off, which has got all of the main ECU, the door modules, the window mechanisms, which you don't want to go there. So I've managed to get it through. We'll plug it in. And we'll just check that everything works first before we start actually doing anything. So we'll hit the hazard light button and just check that that's working. As long as that's working, which it is, I'll go ahead. I don't need to do that on video. We'll check that the electric mirror adjusts and heats up and stuff, but it will. It's a brand new Ford unit. So that's that in place now. I managed to get the 13mm. Managed to get the 13mm on. It's in place. I'll finish it up here. You don't need to watch us pop a door card back on. There was a little hidden 10mm behind this reflector. All the electric window switch and everything's had to come out. And obviously that's the mirror in place. So there we go, happy days. I'm just going to get this button back up. The grass cutters have started, typically, just as I'm starting to record. So yeah, I've just been called out to a breakdown, believe it or not, for a hybrid that's broken down. If anybody owns a hybrid, just to let you know, there's enough power in the battery pack probably to run your house, but it's all down to a little tiny little donkey battery, and if that little donkey battery goes flat, you ain't going nowhere. So I'm having to go down there, get that started up for her, tell her to go for a little drive and stick it on a trickle charge overnight. So I need to crack on, get this Fiesta done, get that breakdown sorted. There's another job coming in this afternoon. So we'll leave that one here for the week's vlog. It'll be very much the same next week. I'm just going to do snippets and do it at the end of the week. This might go out. I've got one last one to do on the Jeep. And then this will be going out afterwards because naturally the Jeep's been caught in a few of these. So I need to release the finished one of the Jeep. Then I'll do this maybe on Sunday or Monday, and I'll do the same next week. Sorry if it's been a bit long, sorry if it's all a bit cut up, but I did say at the beginning of the week that I wouldn't be doing any vlogs while my dad's away and I'm on my own, but I thought I might as well do a few little bits here and there. Let us know what you think. It's not really perfect, but it's better than nothing. So I'll catch you next week, and like I said, there's a few more videos coming up on the Jeep, and this one will be coming out as well for you over the weekend. So thanks for watching. Please hit the like, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and leave a comment. That's what I'm doing this for. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.